Hello, thank you for joining me. You're watching Esther from Stampin' Star Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Now, today I'm going to get to showcase some new product to you. This stamp set is available in the catalogue from June this year. It's called Rooted in Nature and it's a two-part stamp set. So it's got two sets of stamps. And this also comes with some die shapes as well, which I don't have at the moment because this is what I got from our on-stage event. So I'm going to be using this set today. It might look familiar to you, you might think it looks a bit like Lovely as a Tree. Why do we need another tree set? But let me assure you this offers a lot more different aspects to it. So we've got sentiments in it as well as some other detailed leaf features to it. I really love this stamp set. The detail on the stamps is incredible. They've thought about all the tiny details and they just stamp beautifully, so hopefully I can showcase that today. Also, I'd like you to say hello to some new colours and new stamp pads. So this is two of our 5 in colours that are coming in. We've got the gorgeous Blueberry Bushel and we've got lovely bright Me Clover green here. And if you haven't seen these already, these are new style ink pads, and I'm going to incorporate it with one of last year's colours, which is Lemonlime Twist. So in case you haven't seen, I'll give you the joy of watching how these open. These open differently from our last ink pads, so it's like a lady's compact, so you're lifting straight up and then sliding back on itself, and they've provided a sticker to put in the lid. So same motion to come back. So put your thumb where the sticker is, up and slam it down. Okay, so I've already gone and blocked up some of my stamps, so let's get started. The other set I am using today is going to be the Waterfront stamp set, which isn't on my desk, but I'll grab that in a moment just for the finishing touches. So I'm going to go in first with this it's a little bit like a skeleton leaf, but we do have skeleton leaves in the set, and I'm going to use the Blueberry Bushel. And we're going to do 3 generation stamping, which means you stamp and then you stamp a few more times. So I'm using both corners in this, so coming away slightly from the corner, stamping. Oh, look at that colour. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? I'm just going to move up a bit here with that stamp, so let me just bring that up to you. So I would say this colour probably sits in between Night of Navy and Pacific Point. It's that kind of colour. So you get an idea of what it's like. Oh, I've already got something on my paper. Okay, so that's that one. Then we're going to go in with the same colour and use, I think this is one of my favourites out of the set, this sprig here, to create some elements coming out of the side. So I want to leave some space on my other leaves as well. Oops, not pressing hard enough there. Then we're going to do the same on the other side as well. Just spreading out those leaves like branches. And just keep building up your picture. Yeah, it's very easy and simple to stamp with. It's and create some lovely effects with these leaves. Then I'm going to go in with this one. I don't know the names of all the leaves. I think I need to go and learn some leaf names. And this is using the Me Clover colour. Just filling in some of those gaps. Like so. Okay, then I want to work on the edges to give it a distressed look. So one of the things I'm going to do to give it a distressed look is to grab my scissors, and I'm just going to run, sorry if you don't like this noise, run the scissors along the edge. It just helps to break up some of the fibres and to just give it not such a neat and tidy look to it. The fibres will go everywhere, so just be careful of those. Don't worry if you snag paper, it can just add to the look. sometimes this happens, especially if your scissors are very sharp. So just run it along. Don't be scared to work with the paper. There you go, so that's giving it a really jagged look to the edge. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, the next thing, I'm going to just turn this over. Next thing I want to show you how to do is the distressed edging. Now for this I'm using another tree. I think this is like an oak tree. So I'm going to go in again with our blueberry bushel. It even sounds different, did you hear that? And I'm just going to ink along the top edge of the tree. Okay, along there. Then I'm going to go in along the edges. Mainly concentrating on the corners, but tapping as I go along the edge to fill that space. And then just overlap your inking and go in, grab some more ink. And then if you want, you can fill all the edges, go around to create a frame, like so. Just to give it a distressed look. Now I'm going to add a bit of Lemonlime Twist into the mix. I'm going to punch out some of these leaves using the leaf punch, so we need 3 of these. I'm going to grab my tweezers. Oops, come on tweezers, there you come. And again, just to make these look a bit more 3D, I'm going to put my tweezers in and give them a twist. Now I first saw this done, my sister at Artful Stampin does this technique. She tends to do it with flowers quite a lot, and it just really helps to add that extra dimension and make them not look so flat basically. So I've gone in and done those with my leaves, and then I'm going to grab the speckles from the Waterfront stamp set. I'm just going to add a few Lemonlime Twist speckles to add to that distressed look. So we're just going to use the speckles where there's a few gaps on the edges. That just adds an extra touch to it. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is a trick that somebody kindly sent me a video that Tim Holtz did, and that was to use the a die. He used a stitched die, and he actually put some ink on the stitched die before running it through the Big Shot, and I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So I'm going to try this. I've tried it with the Me Clover, but I'm going to quickly change my mind on camera. I'm going to grab in my silicone mat just so I've got something to put it on. And you turn your ink over, you turn your die over, and you just lightly tap it. I found that I put too much ink on the last one, so just lightly tap it with our ink, because obviously if your ink's quite juicy it does transfer. So then, as normal, just be careful to make sure you pick up the die. Let me just grab my Big Shot. I might struggle to fit it under here. But you just place that now face down onto your card, and then run it through, and I'll come back to you to show you the end result. Okay, hold your breath. Just pop it out. Okay, just take the die off. As you can see, the ink has transferred onto the stitching. Isn't that fun? Now you can obviously do it in more like stitching colours, but I want it to incorporate the same colours as my card, and that just helps it to give that extra distressed look to it. Okay, we're going to go in with our sentiment, and I think I'll use, what shall I use? Let's do half-half, see if I can do that. Let me just quickly show you another trick. I'm just going to grab the Stamparatus and show you an ombre effect. Okay, I've grabbed my Stamparatus and I'm going to just place down my wording on top of that oval shape and picking that up. Now I will give credit to where I found this afterwards, when I find out where I found this on on the internet. So you go in with your lighter colour and you stamp that first, and then you can go in with the next colour. Now I'm going to try and carefully do that, and then you go back in with that, and there you go. Look, I've got a two-tone effect. Now I'm just going to grab a tissue and wipe that top bit off and see if we can go in with one more colour. So you can just keep layering the colours on. Let's have a look. There you go, isn't that fun? So let me just clear my desk and then we'll finish off our card. I've got some Blueberry Bushel card here, which I'll use as my base. Then we're going to pop up the sentiment with Dimensionals. Just close these. And then you can just put in your leaves where you want them to go underneath the sentiment, like so. There you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed the card. I'll show you one that I made earlier. This is in a slightly different colourway. This is using Island Indigo and Old Olive, but do remember that Island Indigo is going to be a retired colour. So if you particularly like Island Indigo, do get your hands on that. But I wanted to showcase the new colours to you today. So thanks ever so much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel for more videos. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this one and comment below, or if you've got any questions, do ask. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.